Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Now today we're doing something a little bit different, as I've got not one but two vehicles for you today, with the first being a 2020 Ford F350 Platinum. And by all accounts this is a beautiful truck, but it is pretty dirty right now. And the second is one you've seen a few times before, and that's my 2019 Ford Raptor, which, as you guys can see, is absolutely filthy right now. But just before we jump into the video, let's take a closer look at each of the trucks. Okay, well, starting with the F350, and you can see the paint is covered in road salt from front to back, along with a good layer of dirt from driving around on mucky roads. And then of course the wheel wells are covered as well, and the wheels are looking pretty filthy too. Moving over to the Raptor though, and it's been about a month since I last washed it, and driving around on those mucky roads has it looking pretty bad. The wheel wells are completely coated in dirt, and the beautiful red paint is very brown right now. But just before we jump into getting all of the dirt and salt blasted off of these trucks, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on a video. I post a new one every week, and if you've got the bell on, you'll get notified the moment they go live. Alright guys, well, for the first time you're going to see two vehicles get cleaned up in one video, and I'm certainly looking forward to getting these trucks looking their best today. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay guys, well, getting to work on this big Super Duty, and while you've seen me do a couple of 3/4 ton Fords this year, it's been quite a while since I've done a 1 ton, let alone a fairly new one, so it'll definitely be nice to get to work on this truck today. But what isn't any fun is how cold it was outside. With the wind chill, we were down near -35 Celsius, or about -31 Fahrenheit. Although yes, I am working in my heated garage, but I do still have to spend time outside shooting the before and the after shots. And I have to move the truck outside a few times through the detail, so overall it just slows the process down, and I could definitely do without the cold. Moving to the back, and you can see I've got my gloves and toque on now, but what you might not be able to see is that the water was almost freezing on contact, a few degrees colder, and it likely would have been, so at least I didn't have to deal with that today. Moving to the rear wheel now, and something you might find interesting is that since it was so cold outside, the wheels never really had a chance to warm up today. So over the course of the detail, condensation was continually forming on the wheels since the humidity was higher in the garage. So I think I wiped them down 5 or 6 times today before moving the truck outside for the rear wheel shots. Now, like I've mentioned in previous videos, Ford has jumped on the carpeted liner train for the front wheels, which, as you know, is used to reduce road noise inside the cabin. Although I don't think the owner of this truck is concerned about noise, as he recently had the truck deleted, which means to remove some of the emission systems, so it makes the truck pretty loud. Okay, getting this beast of a truck covered in thick Detail Geek megafoam gives me the perfect opportunity to go around and agitate in all of the crevices around the truck to get any remaining dirt lifted out of there. Decided to take your lazy butt off the couch for once, eh? You know what? I don't like you. Okay, well, with the truck backed out onto the driveway now, I'll start cleaning up the floor. And while this is something that usually ends up on the second channel, I figured I'd include it today just for something different, but if the floor cleanups are something you enjoy, then feel free to check out the Detail Geek 2, as there is tons of extra footage from details over there, along with lots of different types of videos like the studio build series as well. Okay, well, with some super secret spray in hand, I'll get to work on protecting this paint, and as you might guess, this will be a new product coming to Detail Geek Autocare in the near future. It's a silica-based spray sealant and is super easy to apply, as you can see, and it will protect this paint for about 6 months. You may have heard of other ceramic spray coatings on the market, and this is aimed to go head-to-head with those. Okay, with the glass clean, I'll get some 303 sprayed on this tonneau cover, and as I've said before, one of my favorite parts of a detail is when I get to do this, because it makes the cover look so incredible. And while I do this, I'll also get it applied to the trim around the box and the tailgate as well, leaving everything with a deep matte black look when it dries. Okay guys, well it's finally time to get started on the Raptor, which I do think is a little bit dirtier than the 350 was, but obviously time will tell, and the amount of dirt left on the garage floor in a little bit will be the true indicator. But as I mentioned in the opening, it's been about a month since I've washed the truck, and it's not for a lack of wanting to. I've been extremely busy lately and just truly haven't had the time, So I'm really excited to be doing this today because I love that feeling of driving around with a freshly detailed vehicle. Moving to the back, and to update you guys on the truck a bit, it's now got a little over 22,000 kilometers, or about 13,500 miles, and that's solely because I've been driving to the studio site so much over the past few months. But in terms of changes to the truck, the only thing I've done so far was install the fog lights and light bar, which I did make a video of over on the second channel, so definitely give that a look if you're curious. Moving up to the front wheel, and with plastic liners up front, it makes it a lot easier to get them sprayed out. But one thing that I don't love is how the fog lights seem to catch all the dirt and mud in behind. And I'll be honest, even though I know they're rated to handle it, it still makes me a little bit nervous having to spray them like this to get them clean. Turning to the dirty wheels, and for that I'm using my Detail Geek wheel and tire cleaner, which if you buy by the gallon is going to save you a good amount of money. So I'll quickly get some sprayed on the entire wheel, and based on how brown it's turning, you can clearly tell these tires were filthy, but the cleaner has no problem cutting through it. So if you're looking for a really good all-in-one wheel and tire cleaner, then feel free to check this out on my website at detailgeekautocare.com. we all want a yoga to watch. I'm taking a break, okay? That's all you ever do is take breaks. You know what? You shut your mouth. Okay, starting on the floor cleanup, and I think it's pretty clear now that the Raptor was dirtier than the 350 was. So, yay, Ruby, you win. Okay, well, I'll once again pull out the super secret spray from its hiding spot away from Mike, and we'll grab my new dual pile towels to apply and remove it, which you can find on my website at detailgeekautocare.com. And with my truck being ceramic coated, this spray sealant is the perfect topper for the coating and is going to make the paint look incredible when I'm done. Okay, well, I'm one happy guy today as I get to apply 303 to my tonneau cover as well, and this is a product that I've used on the cover since it was brand new about 2 years ago. So for anyone out there with a tonneau cover or soft vinyl on their vehicle, check out the link in the description and pick up a bottle of 303. You won't regret it. Alright guys, well after spending about 4.5 hours on each truck, they are both looking spectacular. Although I think I have to give the nod to the Raptor. In terms of which one looks better, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but man, that red paint just looks sick. Now if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and let me know down in the comments. I know this was a little bit different than what I normally do, but I'm happy to do it again if you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.